So, let's talk about acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the transmitter substance released by the following. 1. All preganglionic autonomic nerves, for example, both sympathetic and parasympathetic. 2. Postganglionic parasympathetic nerves. 3. Some postganglionic sympathetic nerves, for example, thermoregulatory sweat glands and skeletal muscle vasodilator fibers. 4. Nerve to the adrenal medulla. 5. Somatic motor nerves to skeletal muscle end plates. 6. Some neurons in the central nervous system. Now, let's discuss acetylcholine receptors or cholinereceptors. These are divided into nicotinic and muscarinic subtypes, originally determined by measuring the sensitivity of various tissues to the drugs nicotine and muscarine, respectively. Talking about muscarinic receptors, acetylcholine released at the nerve terminals of postganglionic parasympathetic fibers acts on muscarinic receptors and can be blocked selectively by atropine. 5 subtypes of muscarinic receptor exist, 3 of which have been well characterized: M1, M2, and M3. M1 receptors occur in the brain and gastric parietal cells, M2 receptors in the heart, and M3 receptors in smooth muscle and glands. Except for pyrazipine, which selectively blocks M1 receptors, clinically useful muscarinic agonists and antagonists show little or no selectivity for the different subtypes of muscarinic receptor. Talking about nicotinic receptors, these occur in autonomic ganglia and in the adrenal medulla, where the effects of acetylcholine or nicotine can be blocked selectively with hexamethonium. The nicotinic receptors at the skeletal muscle neuromuscular junction are not blocked by hexamethonium, but are blocked by tubercularine. Thus, receptors at ganglia and neuromuscular junctions are different, although both types are stimulated by nicotine and therefore called nicotinic. Now let's talk about actions of acetylcholine. Muscarinic effects are mainly parasympathomimetic, except sweating and vasodilatation, and in general are the opposite of those caused by sympathetic stimulation. Muscarinic effects include constriction of the pupil, accommodation for near vision, profuse watery salivation, bronchiolar constriction, bronchoscretion, hypotension as a result of bradycardia and vasodilatation, an increase in gastrointestinal motility and secretion, contraction of the urinary bladder, and sweating. Nicotinic effects include stimulation of all autonomic ganglia. However, the action of acetylcholine on ganglia is relatively weak compared with its effect on muscarinic receptors, and so parasympathetic effects predominate. The nicotinic actions of acetylcholine on the sympathetic system can be demonstrated, for example, on cat blood pressure, by blocking its muscarinic actions with atropine. High intravenous doses of acetylcholine then cause a rise in blood pressure because stimulation of the sympathetic ganglia and adrenal medulla now results in vasoconstriction and tachycardia. So that was all about the autonomic nervous system. Stay tuned to sqadia.com for more.